Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Sonia.
And I'm David.
Harry.
Yay!
Woohoo, we're back.
So today we're going to talk about a really fun topic, something that is really trending in Korea, especially among the younger millennials and Gen Z.
I think it's like the next hot thing after MBTI. That's
Yeah.
trending, in Korea right now.
I'm not sure if everybody knows what MBTI is. It stands for Myers-Briggs
Brig.
Type Indicator, which is a personality framework that categorizes people into 16 different types based on their preferences in 4 pairs of opposing traits. If you guys don't know what your MBTI type is, just Google MBTI free test and check it out.
And now Korea's moving on from MBTI into this new concept.
Which is Egen and Teto archetypes.
Right.
Yeah, so can somebody describe what that is?
Again, and Teto is basically the Korean abbreviation of testosterone and estrogen, like the hormones. So Teto, we Koreans say, it means that testosterone, and also the Egen is actually the short version of estrogen.
And I just want to chime in that in Korean, we say estrogen. That's why it's again, not again.
Right. For this type of indicator, we have 4 different types. So it's basically Teto men, Teto women, and Egen men and Egen women. And also the Teto Egen basically means that whether someone has masculine energy or feminine energy.
Yeah, so it's dividing the man and the woman into that feminine and the masculine trait.
Right.
Now, what's your initial thought about this when you guys heard about it?
Well, when I just heard the word teto, I assumed that it might have something to do with the personality. So, for example, if you're a teto man or teto woman, you might be muscular, or personality-wise, you might be decisive, goal-oriented, I thought. And the opposite, which is Egen man and Egen woman, that person might be more high maintenance or
High maintenance. Is that how you look at women?
kinda, yeah, like who's more
Sensitive,
emotional,
yeah,
empathetic,
and kind,
gentle.
That ends up taking a lot more time to take care of.
Probably.
So do you guys talk about this with your friends?
Yeah, like all the time these days. And, Korean people love this kind of personality test. So everybody took the test and we talk about it a lot. And then also it's very easy to talk about your ideal types or their traits and personality. So yeah, we talk about all the time, man. Yeah, these days.
So you guys know that I moved into a new city, so I don't have many friends. So I didn't really know about this concept until one of my husband's friends asked my husband if he was an Egennam, so Egen man. I'm like, what does that mean? But I kind of was able to guess the meaning because I thought probably the word Egen came from the hormone estrogen. And then later on, I heard Harry talk about it. And yeah, that's how I kind of find out what it meant.
For me too, I found about the concept from the Harry.
Yeah, these days I hanging out with some young people, so so that's why I kind of like understand about this, and then I had a chance to talk about this. And the fun is that compared to MBTI, this is much simpler. Normally we know what we are. So when I talk about this with my friend, we say that, oh, you're so Teto, or now you're being super Egen or something. So it's a very simple and easy. Yeah.
Now, for me, my initial reaction about this was, to be honest, I was like, why bother? Because it seems so simple. Like Harry said, it's ultimately it's 2 spectrum. It's either the feminine or the masculine. And that seems like, I don't know, like something that's so simple that doesn't really have to be discussed about. But then as I began talking to people about it, I began to realize that it's actually pretty fun. There's different areas that we can look at about person's personality. And it's not just whether a person is just, Egen or Teto. It's not like that. There's, multiple different areas, right, to a person's personality. So,
I mean, the fun part is that the common idea is that what men should be masculine and women should be feminine. But for sure, there are a lot of Teto women and Egen men. So, I mean, that makes this kind of like interesting. And a lot of people also, even though they know that, they have like different type of energy. I mean, when man has like more feminine energy, but still they know the social acceptance. They might think, okay, even though I know that I'm already, super again, but I want to be like masculine, Teto man or something, so that, they take a test, but normally they have the results of what they actually expected. Like it's very simple thing. So,
and if you think about it, to those who watch Korean media or know about Korean culture, I feel like Korean culture has been exploring this gender spectrum. Like, they talk about like the machonya, like, somebody that's like more masculine.
right.
Woman, like they have shows about civilians trying out the military life. And they talk about that, right? Somebody, a girl that's kind of just like all very aggressive and very strong. And they will talk about that pattern. Or they talk about in cooking shows, guys that are very, feminine, detail oriented. So I feel like they've been gradually going into this topic.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if the test is really popular these days. There's this Egen and Teto test online.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are curious, you should try it out. And we were curious. Well, kinda, right? So we tried it out. Should we share our results?
Yeah, so when we talked about this topic, I thought I will know what my type is. I thought that I was going to be mainly testosterone, Teto, because we'll talk about this more later, but in the Western culture, I think that that whole gender identity is more rigid. But I took the test, and it tells me that I am upper 35% Teto male. So not too far away from what I was expecting, but it's not exactly 100% like I was thinking that I will be.
What about you, Harry?
Yeah, I'm already, very famous of my feminine energy, among with my friends. So everybody knows about me. And they assume that, I'm super Egen. And I took like 3 different tests. And of course, like I got results, I'm, super Egen man. So I have like full of feminine energy. But David said that in Western countries, you have like that kind of judging or social perspective that, about this gender issues. But in Korea, we're kind of free about that. So, I mean, I've been living as feminine man for my whole life. But even though I never have any trouble or any shame or thought about this. So it's easy to say that I'm a feminine man in front of every Korean people. So it's not really a special thing. And of course, even among them, I'm super, super feminine man because a lot of my female friends, call me 언니, like sister. I'm kind of like sister figure for every girl. So, so I cannot deny this. Yeah, I'm 100% Egen man.
Now, so you guys know, Harry is his sexual orientation is 100% straight.
Yeah,
He likes girls, and
I'm always horny. Yeah, I'm super straight.
and for me, like after getting to know Harry, pretty soon after really getting to know him, he began talking about how he has the feminine side, and I thought that was weird when he said that because in the West, when somebody says it, you are gonna think that he's coming out, like. But yeah, Harry is not like that at all. But still, when he says that even right now, I find that so unique. It's for me, it's very hard to eat. It's not a normal thing, I'm not saying it's bad, but yeah.
It's because in Korean society, like people, we don't have much specific perspective on the gender thing, sexuality.
Like the expectation, right?
Yeah, expectation. We don't have that. So that's why even though I have like huge like feminine, part of me, but still the people I date, they don't really see that as really weird. They don't, they aren't normally they see the good side of this. Like if I'm a feminine man, then I can emotionally support them. I can have a conversation with them like all day, or I can easily have a phone conversation like 4 or 5 hours. So some girls actually like that. So that's why I don't have any gender issues or any. But I am accepted as normal Korean man who has a little bit feminine side of inside.
But I think it's because Harry doesn't look, should I say girly? I mean,
Yeah, he looks masculine.
yeah,
He's
he looks
external.
masculine. But personality-wise, he has this soft side of him. So I think it might be strength for him.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, in a way unique, right? But I mean, as you guys can hear, he by no means is embarrassed of that trait of him. He's very confident, he's comfortable with it. And I feel like if you were to not be in Korea, it might be a little different. If you were to be in US or Canada, I think
Maybe.
it could be a little different.
Right. Then I would have to try to be masculine. Then maybe I always have to fight with my identity crisis, or because sure, I have feminine side of me, and also I have a lot of emotional part. But if I'm in the US or Western countries, then I have to pretend someone else.
Oh, yeah, to be someone else.
Yeah, then that could be really, really problematic for me, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very common for people that getting to know you to think that you might be gay, that your stance.
Right. I mean, for the same reason, when I was in the high school or college, or even the early years when I started my first career, I was always struggling, hanging out with the guys. Yeah, because basically I'm not really, masculine man. So every time when I hang out with men, like when we talk about sports or investment or some other things, I'm always really bored. I didn't really enjoy the time talking with them. Then after that, I met a lot of like female friends outside of work or even inside of work. And I feel really, really comfortable, and I always, have fun like talking with them. So if I'm in the US or Canada or like other country, then, I think I have to suffer about this like for my whole life, maybe.
And I think it might be good to just define, because as I was looking into this topic, we can define the gender identity and sexual identity. So everything that Harry's talking about right now, that's all gender identity. Him liking, instead of investment, sports, liking other things. But that's totally different from the sexual identity. So sexual identity-wise, he's straight. It's just a regular man. But gender-wise, he's more in tune with the estrogen side.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if I'm based on the Western people's perspective, I'm not. Sometimes I like. Basically, I don't like men. I hate men actually. So all I want is to hang out with the girls. So it doesn't mean that I'm gay. So if I have to fall into one category, then maybe I have to be lesbian.
And I feel like I have to say this too. I mean, not that I have to defend you, but a Western guy hearing this will think that when you say that you hate men, they will automatically assume that, hey, he must be gay. But again, that's not the case.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really, it's just real thing that, gay man who doesn't like men. It's not really gay, right?
Well, there's different types of gay men as well, but there are, many of them will not like regular men. Yeah, it's pretty common. Yeah, but I know that your sexual orientation is different. Your identity is different.
Yeah. I just like girls as a partner, as a friend, and as a colleague, everything. Yeah. I don't like to be around men.
And as I got to know Harry, I got to find out that's how things are.
Yeah.
Begin to accept it. And how about you, Sonia? What's your orientation like? Your Teto Egen.
So the test says that I'm a solid Teto woman, someone grounded in confidence, clarity, and self-direction with a power sense of balance both in my external life and internal world. But I kind of agree with it, but I kind of don't because I think I'm in between Egen and Teto because personality-wise, I would say that I'm assertive, decisive, and goal-driven, but at the same time, I have this soft part of me. So I like to dress not like really girly, but I do feel like I have that feminine side of me.
But I feel like you don't really dress
I don't?
very female. Like, I mean, not that you don't. Not that
Oh,
you
yeah.
dress like a guy, but not to the point of tomboy.
Mhm.
But there's like girls that dress really girly, right? With like the what do you call that? With like all those white, those silky things, patterns and all that.
I mean, in that perspective, Sonia is actually Egen. Yeah, right. Because
Hmm?
a lot of
she?
my that's a Egen part of her. I think a lot of my real tattoo women, they don't really wear any skirt. They always wear pants. But Sonia
Mhm.
sometimes she like to wear a skirt also.
Yeah, skirts
So
and dresses.
she had a lot of like feminine outfits. But
Okay.
this tattoo category, tattoo women, they don't like to wear skirts or any feminish outfits. So
Mhm.
normally they wear jean or
Or
t-shirts.
sweats.
Yeah, wear oversized t-shirts
Yeah.
or bowl caps.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone, but like for tattoo women, normally, when you think about that, so that's
Mhm.
why Sonia think that, she's kind of like in between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the test that you took, did it talk about different areas of personality? Talking about Teto or Egen?
We took the same test, right?
I think so.
I think I took different one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one that I took, it divides it into 4 different categories. What is the external style and how you maintain how you look. The second is social and personal relationships. And the third is the inner personality and how you take care of your emotions. And the last one being your goals.
Mm-hmm. So in the first category, like style and self-care, it says out of 100, I'm 50% Teto.
So you're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. And it says I prioritize efficiency over elaborate grooming. I might be great at planning and thinking logically. I'm not sure about this because I do not really like to plan things out. Do I?
But I think that also means that you like to take charge,
Oh, yeah. And
which you do, I think.
I do. Probably.
In things that you're interested in.
Oh,
I think,
yeah,
I think
for
you do.
sure.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And in the second category, social skills and relationships, it says out of 100, I scored 87.
Mm.
So I'm a social teto. So I'm independent and I'm strong in thought and judgment. And I like to maintain my center in any situation. And the third category, inner nature and emotional management, I scored 85 out of 100.
Wow.
So I like to manage my emotions with rational calmness. Even when upset or angry, when I'm angry, I focus on understanding the situation objectively and responding thoughtfully.
All right.
And then the last one, ambition and life. It says mixed ambition type. So I guess I'm in between again, right?
All right.
Yeah.
But overall, though, you are more Teto than I am. So like you could be the most Teto person in this room right now.
Oh.
Because except for me, except for the my goals and ambition, which was 90% Teto, but everything else is kind of in between, like 50 to 70.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took a different test, so I don't really have the details. Yeah, but I mean, for that categories, for me, what was that? Like the first one, the second one,
It's the social.
social. I mean, for me, I think maybe the social and inner. What was that?
Inner
Inner
personality.
nature
Inner nature,
and emotional management.
emotional management, and I mean that makes me again man. I'm sure. Because for that part, I always hang out with the girls. Most of my best friends are girls, and I talk to them a lot. I have I'm easily, have a phone conversation with them 3 to 5 hours. And also a lot of times when I taking care of my emotion, I think I'm not really like other men. So I don't really digest all the emotion by myself, but I trying to find my friend to talk about it.
Yeah, your Teto women friends help you
Yeah,
out.
Teto women friends. That's why I love Teto women. Most of my female friends are Teto. Yeah, I don't know why, but I don't
Yeah.
really get along with Egen women. I mean, that part, I mean, I understand that, Egen women could be a little bit high maintenance, like Sonia said. Yeah. That's why, I don't really get along with them. Yeah. Because Teto women is always straightforward and they're so simple. And even they are, more, man enough than me. So sometimes they give us really, really good advice about my goals or my emotional problems or everything. So that's why I love to talk with them about this. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, all of my friends know that. All of my best female friends are Teto. Yeah. I don't know why, but everyone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's different categories when it comes to the Teto and the Egen. And I would imagine that these categories, they apply differently to guy and girl, right? Obviously, like you talk about the external style. I mean, you don't really expect an Egen male to, put makeup on. I think that's a different
Mhm.
area because Harry definitely doesn't do that.
Yeah, no. But, I have more, how can I say? I'm kind of into fashion and I try to spend a lot of times for shopping, clothes. Normally when we say like tattoo man, they don't really care. Like a lot of, Western guys, they don't really care about what they wear. So they always wear like jeans and shirts. So that's kind of like huge different. Like, I have different type of outfits and I always think about what kind of outfit I have to wear today based on the situation. Yeah.
Ooh.
And because sometimes I have to go to work, I have to look more formal. And if I like meeting my friends, then sometimes I have to wear differently. And I want to look good. So that's why I spend a lot of time about this. Yeah. I mean, that's the huge difference. Yeah.
And to me, I think there could be a different standard on when it comes to external look in Korea versus the West, because there are guys that like to look good, dress good well in the West as well, right? That guys like dress up, invest, and in designer, shoes and all that. But I don't think we necessarily look at that as a feminine trait.
Right.
And I think in Korea, if you're to talk about somebody that has more of a, again, external, trait, I think we'll be looking at more of guys that will do, makeup, that might, like shave their hair, being all hairless and all detailed with their hair, etc. So I feel like the standard might be different. So now when it comes to your significant other, do you guys have any preference when it comes to Egen, Teto?
So, yeah, Sonia already is married, Ben. So, what's your husband like type? What do you think?
Probably Egen, I think. But, or maybe in between.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But I think he's probably 65% Egen.
So not an extreme, but
I mean, it looks like your husband, like inside, he has a lot of Egen part of him, but his job is actually he's working for military and he like to play sports.
Yeah.
And he have a lot, not like me. He has a lot of male friends who can drink and talk together. So I think it's kind of like in between.
Yeah. I would like somebody who's well balanced. Like someone who's not really strongly leaning towards one archetype. So probably that's why I fell in love with my husband. He can be masculine. I'm not sure if he's decisive, but at the same time, he can empathize well. And what else?
now when you guys watch a movie, a sad movie, which one will cry?
I've never seen him cry before. I asked him, have you ever cried like after a breakup or like watching a movie? He told me he cried like once while he was watching a sad movie.
Wow.
That's it. So I would say that I cry more than him.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about when you go shopping? Like, which one of you guys want to go shopping more? Or spend longer shopping for clothes?
Probably him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he does look very well groomed. Like, he's yeah, I think he really pays attention to his details and how he looks.
Mm-hmm. He's neater than I am. So when we go shopping, I would just like look around the stores, the shops for about 20 minutes and I'm like, okay, I'm out. Let's go to a cafe and go home.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, okay, why don't we look around one more time and see if we should like buy that or buy the other thing that we were talking about? But I'm like, oh, do we really have to? I don't really like shopping.
So, yeah, you guys are mixed. So, again, Teto and Egen, there's different categories. So, on certain category, you might be more Teto, but other category, like perhaps external look, fashion, your husband might be more Egen.
Yeah. And he's not that decisive. So he can be a really indecisive person. So I have to make the decisions for him sometimes. Like, oh, what should I wear today? And I'm like, honey, wear this. Like, what should we do today? Okay, we're going to do this. And yeah, I feel like I'm in charge of making the big decisions.
And how about you, Harry? What would you prefer look for in your significant other?
Yeah, like I told you this before, I like Teto women because, like I said, even though I'm very sensitive and emotional and I'm an Egen man, it's because I have to find someone different than me. Because if both partners are too sensitive, like Egen, they have like feminine energy together. Just imagine that, both of them are emotional and sensitive, and then they have to fight every time because they are so sensitive. So if something happened, one always feel offensive. So it's very tired like relationship. So that's why I'm the one who is sensitive. I want my partner is not like super sensitive or emotional like me. So the other partners could be like Sonia, make a decision for me, or some complicated like thing for me, and I want her to make it simple, because I always think too much and I always make things complicated. And if I live with the Teto women, then maybe they could make a decision, or they always try give me advice to make it simpler. So I love that. Yeah.
What about you, David?
So for me in the past, I thought I used to like Egen type of girls. But as I get older, I think I want some of that Teto element in my girlfriend. I sometimes find it really, sexy when my girlfriend will tell me, hey, let's do this. Or, like doing a strong suggestion or telling me almost, to do this.
What about giving you orders?
That I think is going over the line. Like, say I'm going shopping, for clothes, and her telling me, hey, try this on. I think this will look good on you. Like, I think I'll find that very helpful. But if she says, hey, just buy this and get out of here, let's get out of here, I'll think that's, going over the line.
So that's it? So what kind of like element do you want in your girlfriend? Like what Teto element do you want?
Well, so I think I want it to be somewhere in the middle. Yeah, because I used to date, again, girlfriends that are very Egen, and they will, spend a lot of time in how they look and spending a lot of, time and money. And yeah, I guess that tires me out. Like, I no longer look for that.
That kind of reminds me of like my husband says like, okay, we're gonna go out at 2, so you should like start getting ready at 1. I'm like, I don't need that much time.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why, I'm like opposite. So like, I'm kind of like, super opposite, than Sonia, because I always need at least 1 hour to prepare, like to go out. And it also, yeah, a lot of people think that, okay, Harry's super gay or something. But this part of that is like, I have so many, like, the hair on my face. Yeah. So I have to spend like at least 10 minutes for shaving.
Oh.
It's
10 minutes, you take a shaver and it's done in like 20 seconds.
No, I mean, I thought, maybe shaving is kind of like man thing, but at the same time, like Teto men, they just shave, but they don't really, clean shaving. But I need to do it like perfectly. Because I have like very thick like hair on my face. So I always spend like 5 to 10 minutes for shaving, so that I have a clean face, or else kind of like I look like Stone Age man. So I don't like that. Yeah.
Stone Age man.
Yeah, I hate that. So that's why I always need like at least 1 hour.
Wow.
Mm.
I don't know, and also I don't want to be brushed. Yeah, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have some relax when I prepare.
Mm.
I normally take a shower like long time to think about something else. Yeah, because I when I take a shower, I think about something else always, and also I have some time to pick up my clothes. Yeah.
Mm.
Wow, 1 hour.
How long
I'm
does
not judging, but it takes me about 25-30 minutes from everything, from showering and all that. And me actually getting out of the door, yeah, about 25 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I also
Impressive.
can spend like 25 or 30 minutes for prepare, but I don't like that.
Hey guys, you might feel like we're cutting off suddenly, but we decided to split this episode into 2 parts since the topic turned out to be a bit longer than expected. In part 1, we talked about the concept of the Teto and Egen archetypes, and we also shared which archetypes David, Harry, and I belong to. In part 2, we'll compare how feminine and masculine energy is viewed in Western culture versus Korean culture. So stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. And oh, guys, why don't you try out the Teto and Egen test and let us know your results? Don't forget to hit us up on Instagram at
We Feel Please Pod, and also on YouTube in the same name. All right, see you guys next time.
bye bye.